William, an ethnic child, with many other children and little space to bloom. Every day was hard as he tried to cope, but he never gave up on his dreams and hope. He often wandered by the river to clear his mind, and there he saw an old man who was very kind. He fed the swans and ducks with bread and grain, no matter if it was sunny or pouring rain. The old man's face was wrinkled and his hair was grey, but his eyes were bright and his smile was gay. He seemed to have a secret that made him happy, and Will wanted to know what it could be. Years went by and Will grew into a man. He had a job and a family and a plan, but he still remembered the old man by the river, and he decided to approach him and ask him a quiver. He said, "Sir, I've seen you here since I was a boy. You feed the birds every day with joy. You never miss a day, you never fail to show up. What is your motivation? What fills your cup?" The old man looked at Will with a gentle gaze, and said, "Son, I'm glad you asked me today. You see, I made a commitment to these birds long ago. They depend on me and I love them so. They are my friends and my family, they give me peace. They make me feel alive and they never cease to amaze me with their beauty and their grace. They are the reason why I come to this place. I know I'm old and I don't have much time left, but I want to keep my promise until my last breath. That's why I never miss a day, that's why I'm here. To feed the birds and to hold them dear." Will listened to the old man with awe and respect. He understood that his commitment was perfect. He admired his character and his loyalty. He realized that he had much to learn from him and see. In life, we all face troubles and pain. We may want to quit when things get hard and vain. But if we stay committed to our cause and our goal, we can overcome anything and make our soul whole. He wanted to make a difference and not fail. He applied for a job that suited his skills. He prepared for his interview and hoped for some thrills. He went to the office and met the chief. He answered the questions and showed his belief. He impressed the chief with his passion and zest. He got the job and was ready to invest. He worked hard and smart for many a year. He faced challenges and overcame his fear. He saved money and planned for his mission, to travel to Africa and help those in a tough condition. He finally booked his flight and packed his stuff. He said goodbye to his loved ones and thanked them enough. He boarded the plane and felt a rush of delight. He was on his way to a new adventure and insight. He arrived in Africa and was greeted by a friend, who took him to an orphanage where he would spend. He met the children who had nothing but joy. They welcomed him with open arms and made him their toy. Will felt a bond with the children right then. He wanted to teach them and play with them again. He shared his stories and lessons with them and heard theirs too. He learned from them and loved them and showed them what he knew. He stayed in Africa for a long while and made an impact. He helped the children grow and learn and act. He also grew as a person and found his meaning. He was happy and fulfilled and felt no leaning. Will's journey was one of courage, resilience, and hope. From a boy in a crowded room to a man who could cope with anything life threw at him and still find bliss. He followed his dreams and helped others and became a whiz. He set up a fund and got support from abroad. He broke records and made history. He chatted with the elders and shared his story. He remembered the old man from the park, who inspired him to embark on his journey of love and service. He honored his memory and his purpose. He built a new town in Africa with his hard work. He embedded in him from his first clerk. He transformed lives and made a change. He was a leader and a sage. But as the years rolled, Will began to fade. His speech became slow and his body decayed. He knew his time was coming to an end, but he was at peace and had no amend. Later that year, Will passed away. His commitment and strength were on display. His funeral was witnessed by all he had built. and was televised around the world with no guilt. Will's journey was one of courage, resilience, and hope. From a boy in a crowded room to a man who could cope with anything life threw at him and still find bliss. He followed his dreams and helped others and became a whiz. The end.